Hi, I'm Rob, and in this Gems of War video, I'm going to show you the team order and strategy I use to do the Mist of Scales Epic Trials. But first things first, there's one important thing you need to do before you start this, and that's make sure you've grabbed the Glory Shop weekly event troop, Eye Stalker. There he is. The reason is it's a Mist of Scales troop. There is a summon in this team, and you can actually get this as one of those summons. So important you get this leveled up because it is actually a fairly handy troop that inflict death mark when doing skull damage. Typically the troop you're going to lose will be the first one in these kind of trials, and if you get this as a summon, then really handy being able to do that death mark when doing skull damage, as well as that possible opportunity for a devour. So make sure you get this thing obtained and leveled up first before you start this epic trial, just for some glory from the shop. Right, so 3 times nicer for this to boost up the power of our team. Don't really worry about the minor effects of the negative status effects from the enemy that we're up against. Enemy we're up against is Royal Assassin, Marsh Strangler, Mist Stalker, and Marsh Raptor. Royal Assassin does a damage to an enemy, does a 10 more for each poison, disease, stun, or curse affected on the enemy. Nothing to worry about really about the traits, apart from the fact it starts battles with 75% mana, so it will cast relatively quickly. Marsh Strangler deals 111, in this case magic +1 damage to an enemy boosted by entangled enemies, but bizarrely there's no one in their team to apply entangle, which is interesting, so that makes that less of a threat than the top one. So Royal Assassin is more of a threat than Marsh Strangler. Mist Stalker does true damage to the weakest enemy and poisons them. If the enemy dies, gain 3 magic. So that is by far the most dangerous opponent so far. In fact, it's stealthy, means we can't hit it straight away, but don't worry because there'll be a way we should be able to pick on it during the battle. Does gain bonus purple at the same time and 1 magic for each red ally, but it's only him, so he gets just a minor boost in magic. And Marsh Raptor does 107 damage, in this case magic plus a bit damage to the weakest enemy, boosted by blue allies, and if the enemy dies, create 8 blue gems. So that is another good damage dealer, and it creates 8 blue gems which can charge up that top troop. So that's probably the order we want to take this out. We want to get Mist Stalker first. Like Marsh Raptor is semi-dangerous because it targets the weakest enemy again, so it will continuously target the same enemy, ensuring their death basically if it keeps on doing that. But Mist Stalker, even though it's stealthy, can be targeted because a Basilisk, when we match brown gems, we will eventually stun their Mist Stalker, and then we can pick on it with Basilisk and get it out of the way fairly quickly. Basilisk, really cool troop, does true damage to an enemy, magic +1, and if the enemy is poisoned, deal double damage. Then deal the same amount of damage again, and if they are stunned, deal double damage again. So really cool, and you can stun a random enemy when matching brown gems, poison enemies when doing skull damage, but we can do that with Scale Guard, which does damage to an enemy, and if the enemy is poisoned, deal double damage and poison them. Troop up top is Stone Viper. Create 5 yellow gems, then convert all yellow gems to brown. So you can look for a 4-match first before you cast this. But if there's just a good amount of yellow and brown on the board, this is usually a pretty safe cast because the enemy only uses 1 lot of brown anyway. It's not like we're going to fill up their Mist Stalker by doing that and it going mildly wrong. And usually that's going to fill up Stone Viper and get Basilisk well on the way at the same time. At the bottom we have Cobra. Supplemental damage if we need it, doing damage to an enemy boosted by poisoned enemies, and has that summon 1 to 2 Mist of Scales troops. So not a disaster if you lose your top troop in this, because you can cast your Cobra and get a summon. Right, let's go then. It's the last stage, see how we do. Looking for brown if we can. Always look out for things like this, which is going to give us a 4-match up there. Now, when you're looking to cast this, create 5 yellow gems, then convert all yellow to brown. Obviously, if you get something like this, it literally cannot miss. But it's not essential to get a 4-match on this. You're still going to get some decent mana most of the time, providing there's a good mix of yellow and brown on the board. But you're looking to stun this troop by collecting brown first. It'd be handy if we could stun their Mist Stalker, because then it would take away that stealthy. When you stun a troop, you remove their traits effectively, which would mean it couldn't hide any longer. But we are looking to get some more Brown if we can. If not, we'll look for somebody that's stunned and poisoned. Stun is that little swirly effect in the middle there. And poison is like green bubbles. Let's get our poisoner up. This is our poisoner troop. This is going to poison someone. We'll pick on the bottom troop. They're poisoned now and stunned. So let's cast this. Double lots of true damage, because when you cast this you get magic +1 true damage to an enemy, and if the enemy is poisoned, do double damage, then deal the same amount of true damage again. If they are stunned, again do double damage. Really cool. Like that a lot. So yellow to brown, as I was saying earlier, you don't need to have 4 in a line, because it creates 5 yellow gems first, and there's a good smattering of brown and yellow everywhere. The chances are this is going to work in our favour, and did. And as well as that, we've now stunned their Miststalker, the most dangerous troop, which now means we can target it. Wouldn't mind hitting it with our poisoner first, that way you can get double damage, but that is not a thing right now, so we're gonna just give it a normal amount of damage. Always good to get yellow if you like. Get this bottom troop ready if you're a newer player to the game. If your stats aren't as high as mine, so you can die quicker, it is important to make sure you get the bottom troop charged up. Get those Mist of Scale troop summons prepared, just in case things go wrong. But let's do the first lot of double damage on Matey Boy there. Yellow to brown. It can go wrong this time because there's not a huge amount of the colours we want everywhere. This is better now, look, can't miss. But that's not a match for the enemy, so what we can do first is cast this on their Miststalker. Now they're poisoned. We're going to get double damage when we get our Basilisk charged up, providing it gets charged up quick enough before they unstealthy themselves. Didn't get a huge amount of mana from that then, but we got charged up now. That worked out really well. Right, so make hay while the sun shines. Don't hang around. Make sure you take advantage of all this extra double damage. Miststalker is gone. The most dangerous troop has been kaputted. Kaboosh! If you shout kaboosh when you do damage, you officially get more damage. But only in your imagination. It just makes it more fun. Anyway, what was I doing? Right, do I need to do that? Yes, because we have that up there. Absolutely guaranteed mana, cannot fail. Let's keep on collecting the brown. Don't want that. It's going to give him a skull hit, so we'll collect it from there instead. Always avoid trying to set up the enemy. Don't bother casting this. Save it as you summon. You can lose troops very suddenly sometimes and somewhat unexpectedly. No need to bother with that. Want something for my Basilisk, really. Not a lot going on. I'm going to give him a skull hit if I collect brown, but hey ho. It is what it is. Let's get this extra turn first and a free skull hit. Thank you very much. Oh, and another couple of them. Not their day, is it? Oh, let's give him another one. Just getting skull hit after skull hit. Let's grab that first. Oh, and another another one. Go on, have another one. There you go. How you like that? Tell you what, because it's not your day, we'll just finish you off normally. There you go, on your bike. Right, so we have stun and poison on that bottom troop, so we're going to get that double damage again. Bish bash bosh kabosh. You're in the bin. Now let's concentrate on the last troop, which is not much of a threat. It just does damage to an enemy boosted by entangled enemies, of which there was nobody in the team at any point to apply entangle. Ah ha ha! Well, what a thing. Oh, he wants to join in the skull bashage as well. Even though we prefer to do true damage on the team, not going to ignore that true damage when it's those normal skull hits rather when they're there. Yellow to brown, there's quite a lot of them everywhere. Let's do that. That troop doesn't use brown, so even if we set them up a bit, it's going to be collecting brown for no other reason other than to annoy us slightly because we wanted it. But yeah. Right, yellow to brown is a match up the top. Have a little look around for potential 4 matches. We'll grab that for a little bit of extra mana. Let's now concentrate on getting our Basilisk up. Still not a 4 match down there. Let's click the blue first. Yeah, that didn't hurt. 'Twas a mere flesh wound. Of course, with the last... you killed someone. Well, first of all, I'm not going to even bother getting a replacement in straight away. I'm just going to bash you with that. Secondly, I'll give you that bash around the chops. Now bringing me summon, and we've got a Venoxia. See, this is what's cool about the summon sometimes. The summon will often bring in a troop better than the one that was there. Create 9 green and 9 blue gems, then deal magic-based true damage to all enemies. Poisons a random enemy on 4 or 5 gem matches, which actually helps our team, and gain 1 magic when an ally casts a spell. Obviously, you're not guaranteed to get a Venoxia when you get your summon, but it can happen. And it will happen for many people. Let's keep collecting the brown. I'm going to have to punish that thing now. That plant, honestly, it's going to get a punch around the leaves? Punch around the twigs? I don't know. Anyway, let's get this done. You could have just held on, got some more blue or yellow to get up your summoner to make sure we finish with 4 troops, but it doesn't matter as long as you get it done. You get it done. Right, let's get this last troop upgraded. Now, actually, I saved the last one. The last one I always save 200 gems and do it by a orb instead. So there it is. There's the team order. There's this strategy. Fairly straightforward. Just make sure you keep your summoner charged. Make sure you collect brown when you can to make sure you get their Mist Stalker stunned. Then you can target it with your Basilisk and get lots of extra damage. There it is. If you enjoyed the video, why not bash that like and subscribe button? It really does help. But most of all, thanks for watching. I'll catch you again next time. Bye for now.